Sound check. Testing. I'd like to welcome you to watching Cyclone basketball tonight as they're in day 2 of the Arvest Classic here in Rogers, also known sometime as the Rogers Classic. They have 3 different tournaments going on, or classics going on, because you know who you're going to play. We're still trying to adjust some. We got a late setup because of games before us, so we may be adjusting during this warm-up period, but they will do the starting lineups here in about 2 minutes. All right, the Cyclones taking on the host team, Rogers Heritage.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll step aside for the PA guy here at Rogers Heritage.
Game 2 of Day 2 of the 20th Annual Arvest Hoop Fest, which was presented by Hyde Jackson Associates. At this time, we want to introduce our starting lineups for tonight's game. We will begin with our visitors, the Russellville Cyclones. Starting at guard is the junior number 0, Marcellus Olson. Junior guard is number 2, Zayden Williams. Also at guard is the 6-foot junior number 4, Zay Thomas. At forward is the 6'3" sophomore number 12, Caden Walton. And at forward, a senior number 21, Caleb Campbell. Cyclones are coached by Greg Chenault. And now welcome to the starting lineup for the Heritage High School War Eagles. At guard is a 6'1" junior number 1, Jay Golden. Also at guard, a 5'11" sophomore number 2, Gabe Arroyo. At 1 forward is a 6'3" senior number 33, Carter Cox. Also at forward, a 6'5" sophomore number 35, Chase Hare. And at guard is a 6'3" senior, number 34, Sky Davenport. And help me wish a very happy 33rd wedding anniversary to Coach Tom and Karen Olson.
All right, Russellville sporting their anthracite uniforms tonight.
Their first game celebrating their anniversary, I promise you.
That's all I'll say about that. I'm not a big favorite of that, but that's okay. Hey, if it leads to a win, I don't care. They wear pink, that'd be fine with me. Cyclones taking on the host team, Heritage, and Heritage wearing their away jerseys. That's always kind of different, especially in a classic when you can set this stuff up. Heritage is taller, but Russellville's a lot quicker. That's sort of the scouting report we got. Both teams lost yesterday in game 1, and they'll each play the team that the other team played. We'll talk about that as we progress throughout the evening. Maybe at halftime we'll talk about that, but Carter Cox hitting a 3. They will pull the trigger from the outside, and they like to always open in a 3-2 zone. This is Caden Walton, number 12. Caleb Campbell at the high post. Walton at the top of the key, can't answer with a 3. Thomas able to save it in bounds, but goes straight to Heritage. They have the score backwards as far as we're concerned, so we're going to change that probably at the quarter, meaning since Heritage is a visiting team, they got them on the left side. So we'll switch that. Here's a step back 3. Almost tried to bank that one in. Caleb Campbell with the rebound. Marcellus Olson, number 0 at the top. He's got Zay Thomas to his left. He'll pick up a screen from Walton. The high post there, turnaround jumper won't go from Caleb Campbell. One shot opportunity for the Cyclones. They leave Arroyo open. He'll miss the 3. Long rebound went off the fingertips there of Campbell, but Russellville gets it, trying to answer from the corner. There's a three-pointer from Zayden Williams. Everybody struggled last night to score. Everybody on this team. No player in double figures in the loss against Nixa, Missouri. Heritage was beaten by Southmore, Oklahoma. Those two teams squared off before this one. It was Nixa that won that one. They don't post the fouls here, just the team fouls. So at times, I guess, when they're doing that, we'll have to stop and listen. Three-pointer missed by Arroyo. He's going to chase down his own rebound, throw it high into the air. You know, you save that. You never save it towards the opponent's goal, always towards yours. That's a blocking foul. Good call there as they stepped right in front of Zayden. That'll be on 34, Sky Davenport. So we alternate places when we come up here. Come up here every year for this classic, and Rogers High School hosts half the games, and Rogers Heritage hosts the other half. And Russellville always alternates. So they were here at Heritage High School 2 years ago. Last year, Rogers, the benches are on the other side, so it's also kind of tough to get used to. Zayden Williams, 74% on the line for the season. He'll hit them both. He's got all 5 points for Russellville. On Friday night, got a little bit of a student section, maybe a front row there for Heritage. Tried to through the legs dribble, and Hare able to get that back. They're not going to get that one back. Boy, I don't think Russellville touched that, but it goes out of bounds. Shot clock did not reset. You can see it there. It's at 16. Catch and shoot off the three. That's the second one that they've missed, but they've hit the backboard on. Campbell, his third defensive rebound. Caleb, they leave him open there. He likes that shot. Missed that one. Hare, the rebound. Caleb hit 5 threes a couple games ago, the last one they played at Cyclone Arena. 4 in the first quarter. And then the foul trouble hit. Weren't in foul trouble last night. It was a 2-point basket there by Hare. And we're tied at 5. Olsen right in the teeth of that zone. Missed the shot. But got an open look from inside there. Three goes down and out. They're going to shoot a lot of those. There's a turnaround jumper from 10 for Caleb. We watched their game, their last home game, and they shot a ton of threes. There's a steal by Olsen. He's going to leave it there for Campbell. You can't leave him open. And now we got a timeout by Heritage coach Tom Olsen as the Cyclones have doubled their score, leading it 10-5.
And this 20th annual RVS Food Fest is presented by Hype Jackson Associates and sponsored by Sonic, Coca-Cola, Benchmark Group, Best Sign Group, Anderson Electric, and Well-Built Construction. Thank you all for your support of this 20th annual RVS Food Fest presented by Hype Jackson.
Tough night last night for not just the Cyclones, but also for the junior high teams. They played Valonia, hosted them there at Whirlwind Gym is where we were, and only won 1 of the 4 games. And 2 of the 3 losses were 2-point losses. It was the 8th grade boys that came out on top, but the 8th grade girls and the 9th grade boys lost by 2. So I guess we had 5 Russellville teams in action and went 1-4. So anxious to get all that taste out of our mouth. A partially shot block there of Davenport. by Williams, but they intercept the outlet. And Davenport a long three. This is that one. They're going to try to save it this time. They don't even get it back in bounds. During that timeout, the Cyclones did substitute Christian Boyce, the senior, number 1 in the game. He's the one that just threw it to the side there to Zay Thomas. Williams turn around from 18. Davenport the rebound. Heritage, a 6A school. Russellville 5A. Boyce almost picking his pocket there of Jordan Smith, number 3, a sophomore who came in also during that timeout. There's the double team. Davenport find the open man. He'll pass on the 3 this time on the drive. We're going to get a blocking foul on the Cyclones. That's on Christian Boyce, his first. The second team foul.
The line with 2 shots is Carter Cox.
Carter Cox at the line to shoot 2. Gabe Arroyo, another sophomore, back in. They start 2 seniors, but first couple players off the bench are underclassmen. They'll make 1 of 2. Campbell now 5 rebounds here in the first quarter. .14 seconds to shoot. On the drive, missed his shot, goes back up strong. Good job by Caleb to draw the foul. Not quitting on a shot. This is going to be on Chase Hare. Tall sophomore, pick up his first and the team's second. Caleb, who has 5 points to go with Zayden's 5 points, making up our 10. Going to the free throw line, shooting 88% on the season. Missed that first one. Into the game for the first time, junior Tony. He is a junior, number 23 for the Heritage War Eagles. Cyclones 5-1 the last 2 seasons here at this Rogers Classic. They were 2-1 last year, 3-0 the year before. So Coach Chenault's enjoyed coming up here. Campbell hit that second one, makes 1 of 2, and he's got 6. They can't answer with a 3. Well, I hope they don't get hot. They don't mind pulling the trigger whether they're cold or not. Williams open in the corner. There's Walton, the rebound. Zay Thomas will pull the trigger. You can tell that was off just a little bit. Catch and shoot all in the same motion. Cyclones cannot get a bucket, but 2 offensive rebounds and maybe a little frustration as they foul in the back court. This will be on Zayden Williams. That's his second. He got the worst end of that, too, because he got poked in the eye. He's still got his face buried in his jersey. He's still on the floor. 2 fouls. Williams got to be careful. It's that 3. Good block out there by Zay Thomas. Walton will launch a long 3. Russellville really attacking there. Campbell had it, lost it. I thought about that one a little closer. 3, fell down, and not that good an actor. Walton catches the air ball. Campbell, they're going to pick him up, get in the corner to Boyce. Kind of a soft trap. He'll kick it back out to Caleb. Walton knocked it away, but Davenport got it back. Final minute of the first quarter. Neither team hot at all, but Rogers Heritage will get a jump ball, held ball. It'll belong to Russellville. Heritage shooting a ton of threes, and they've only made one. Unofficially, have them 1 of 9. Williams going to check out. Don't want to get a quick third foul here in the final minute, and Marcellus Olson in the game. He's not running the point. He's actually on the top of your screen there in that far corner. He's been able to drive into the heart of that zone. Here's Zay Thomas. The turnaround rims out. Shot clock is off. Well, might have got away with a travel there. They'll kick it out. Might have got away with a travel there. Three-pointer by Davenport is an air ball. They're 1 of 10 with 3 air balls. And 2 missing, hitting the backboard. We're going to keep all kinds of stats for you. Sky Davenport, the senior, will kick it back out. Three-pointer missed there. Walton gets the rebound, has it taken away, and we're going to get a foul called with 1.6 seconds left. And this will be on Caden Walton, his first, and the team's 4th. And they say it was a shooting foul, so Gabe Arroyo, who has not scored in this first quarter, will shoot 2. Hits them both. They're 3 of 4 from the free throw line in the first quarter. Russellville with 1.6 seconds left. Can around the baseline here. Olson, can he launch one? He can. We've come to the end of the first quarter. Russellville leading by 3 after 1.
Northwest Arkansas Community College, Arvest Equipment Finance, Prestige Management and Realty, Waco Title, and the Embassy Suites.
For Heritage, 4 points for Carter Cox in that first quarter, 2 points for Gabe Arroyo, and 2 for Skyle Davenport. For the Cyclones, only 2 players scoring. It was Aiden Williams with 5, but Caleb Campbell leading the way with 6 points to go with his 5 rebounds. Tom Olson, the head coach for Heritage. This is 18th season as head coach of the War Eagles. He was assistant just across the street, maybe a little bit further than that there, but at Rogers for 7 years. Before that, he was actually a head coach at Shirley High School and the athletic director. That was till year 2000. That last held ball belonged to Russellville, so they'll get it to start the quarter. Cyclones are going to keep Williams on the bench with 2 fouls. Nope, he's out there, never mind. It is the original starting 5. Looking inside instead of seeing who's guarding the basketball. Marcellus Olson in the front court, fakes the pass. They'll back off a little bit. Cross-court pass knocked away. Arroyo chases it down. I think that is Jay Golden who's going to get the and one. That's number 2 on Walton. Cyclones just can't seem to stay out of foul trouble. Talon Heinzman checks in, did not play in the first quarter. Heritage led 3-0 to start the game. Cyclones took over, matching the 3 and the free throw. Take a 4-3 lead. Still not tied as they miss the and one. In the corner there to Williams. Beautiful follow through. And got the three-point shot and a timeout by Tom Olson. Three-point shot by Zayden Williams.
This is a full timeout.
It'll be a full timeout. Tom Olson, if looks familiar, sounds familiar, he should. If you've been in Russellville a while, he was assistant coach at Arkansas Tech from 1992 to 97. He had played at Missouri Southern, then transferred to Wisconsin lacrosse, and then came to Tech as an assistant coach. He's been here 18 years, so barely since it's been open, I guess, pretty much since it's been open, I guess, because they opened their doors in 2008. So came over here from Rogers. They lost to Southmore last night 70-50. They've lost 7 in a row to open the season, but still getting their football players back, acclimated for the first couple games. But they played some tough teams. I mean, when you look at their losses, they've lost 7 in a row. But they've lost to Jonesboro, Little Rock Southwest, Greene County Tech, Nettleton, Shiloh Christian up here. They'll play Nixa, Missouri tomorrow, just like Russellville did last night. The Cyclones have the first game of the day. We thought it was going to be at 10 o'clock. They moved it back to 1 o'clock start time. So we'll be on the air about 12:30. We're the first game of the day, so we'll not be late. After the steal there, they're going to call a charge on Marcellus Olson. That'll be his first. Cyclones getting the steal in the backcourt. Could not turn it into. I tell you, I'm looking back. It was almost a 10-second violation too. Got the steal. We could not convert that. That's right, Michael. They're 1 of 10 from the three-point line is what I have unofficially in that first quarter. Another foul on the Cyclones. This will be on number 4, Zay Thomas. Team's third. So we got Walton and Williams with 2. Everybody else with 1. Got to watch that. Boyce back in the game for Russellville, transfer from Clarksville for this season. It's Davenport getting around a double team. Use that arm, but away from the official. Couldn't see the hook there. Shot clock at 17. Wonder if they're going to pull a 3 here. There's Arroyo. 1 for 11 as a team. Marcellus the rebound. Now, season Cyclones shooting 22% from the three-point line, so you want to be 30 or better. There's a pull-up jumper for 2. You can always do that if the threes aren't falling. Those 15 feet in is really high percentage shot, and Caleb's got 8. And he stepped on the end line. Good defense there. They're going to say traveling. Talon Heinzman forced him to that baseline. He was cut off there. He was complaining that he was pushed. By the ref, he wasn't pushed. He just all his momentum as he tried to stop to not charge. Zay Thomas will check out. Williams back in for the Crimson Cyclones. Williams launching a 3. See Talon trying to tip that ball out. If you can't get position, try to do that. Keep it alive for your offense. Boyce rebounding another missed 3. Boy, what a find there by Boyce. Missing the shot is Williams, and I hate that because Christian deserved an assist on that. But Zayden going to go to the free throw line for his second trip tonight. That's the first foul called on Heritage.
At the line with 2 shots for Russellville is Zayden Williams.
He's got 9 with that make there. Student section right there on the floor knows the first names of the Cyclones. They're talking to him, trying to disrupt him. Wasn't it Arizona State that had that curtain of distraction? We need something like that in Cyclone Arena. I think it was Arizona State. I remember doing different things, and I want to say Michael Phelps even took part of it one time. There's a 3 from the corner, missing that one. They're 0 for 3 here in the second quarter. Boys trying to get it back to Heinzman. I don't think it was tipped, so Talon able to save it before it was an over and back. 15 seconds to shoot. Boyce will launch one. Boy, even with good position by them, Heinzman keeping it alive and banking in a 3 is Zayden Williams. And the Cyclones with their largest lead of the game here at 11. 13 points for Williams. Yeah, that was a moving screen. Somebody on our bench was yelling it. Might have been Coach Chenault, but 13 seconds on the shot clock. Davenport will launch one. Miss that one. They're not close misses either. They're missing badly, like that one. The side of the rim and below. Barely hitting the backboard. The Cyclone's going to miss a 3, but getting the rebound. Boyce is. Talon will pass on the 3 and lost it on the drive. And now Olsen. You get 5 timeouts in a game, and he's just used his 3rd. Full timeout. Cyclones leading here 21-10.
Coca-Cola, Benchmark Group, Best Sign Group, Anderson Electric, and Well-Built Construction. Thank you all for helping make this 20th annual Arvest Hoop Fest possible.
One of 14 unofficially from the three-point line for Rogers Heritage. 2 for 15. That was my fault. I should not have said that. Jay Golden, his first field goal, his second field goal of the game. He hit a 2, missed that and 1. There we go. Zayden Williams answering. In his book, Drive, Larry Bird said the three-point shot is the best crowd quieter that you can have. I say that because I can hear our bench chanting defense from way up top. 9 seconds to shoot. Davenport, a little spin move. That's the kiss. Nice move, though, I will say, with a pivot foot. It just didn't hit the corner of the box. Russellville looking to build on the 11-point lead. Missing just inside the free throw line, Caleb Campbell. Olsen knocked it out of bounds off of Golden. Cyclones drawing The second best team in Missouri yesterday. The fourth best team in Oklahoma tomorrow from last year. And the home team here tonight. So it's not going to be easy, but Russellville up by 11 right now. They played better in the second half last night. You look at that score, I think you're just blown out, but second half they did play better. The three-pointer there by Golden, who's hit a couple in a row, and he's got 8 points, and it's firing him up. Moving basketball around, making their zone work, missing the three. They got the rebound. I like that there. Just give up the layup, that's fine. You don't want to pick up a cheap foul there. He's probably going to make it anyway. Stay out of foul trouble. Yeah, you hate giving up the layup, but it happened well before then with the missed shot in the outlet. Timeout called by Coach Chenault. It's the first timeout that he's used. He has 4 left.
Northwest Arkansas Community College, Arvest Equipment Finance, Prestige Management and Realty, Waco Title, and the Embassy Suites. We thank you all for your support of this 20th annual Arvest Hoop Fest, presented by Hank Jackson Associates.
We'll be here tomorrow as Cyclones will be playing against Southmore Sabercats. Next week, both the boys and girls team will be together, but on the road. We'll have it. Probably one of those games is one that we can't make because you just can't get out of school in time. That'll be the one on Friday against Arkadelphia, but Tuesday they play against Southside at Fort Smith. The Lady Cyclones at West Memphis tonight for a 2-day tournament. They believe they're playing the host team in the first round tonight. It's supposed to start about 7 o'clock. West Memphis is live streaming. Back-to-back chances there for Zayden Williams. The second one's good. He didn't say anything, but turned and looked at the student section as he ran by there. Air ball on that one. And we'll get a foul called on the Cyclones. That'll be on Caden Walton. That's number 3.
Team foul number 4.
I'll say this, they aren't very accurate with their threes, but they're pretty good with their free throws. Arroyo now 3 of 3 from the line. Maybe I just put the hex on him. Yep, how about that? Should do that more often. The Cyclones leading by 8. They've had it up to double digits twice. 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It's at 17. Flashing the high post. Campbell, boy, almost got caught in the air. Is able to get it back to Olson, who lost it out of bounds. Campbell did a good job not coming down with it. He was wanting to go in the corner, but the defense had adjusted there for the War Eagles. The Cyclones applying a little pressure in the backcourt. They back off of it. The follow won't go. Olson gets the rebound. We've come to the end of the first half. Cyclones lead it here 27-19 here at day 2 of the Rogers Classic. Give us a couple minutes and we'll come back with the first half scoring totals for you.
Hey fans, it is time. We are going to announce the winner of the Northwest Arkansas Community College Challenge and the prize in halftime here. Get your tickets out. Get ready. If you have ticket number 804700,
All right, let's look at some stats for you. The first for the Heritage War Eagles. They are led by Jay Golden, who had a couple threes and 8 points in that first half. 6 points for Carter Cox, 3 points for Gabe Arroyo, and 2 points for Scal Davenport. They were 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 3 of 13. Sorry, check that, 3 of 14 from the three-point line in that first half. For the Cyclones, they were led by Zayden Williams, who had 19 points in the first half. 19 points. His career high is 21. He got that against Greenwood last year. Already 19 in the first half, and they just decided not to guard him behind the three-point line, and he's hit 5 threes in that first half. The other 3 made by Caleb Campbell. He has 8 points. So just 2 players scoring for Russellville, 19 for Zayden and 8 points for Caleb, and that's been it. The Cyclones are 5 of 6 from the free throw line. In foul trouble, Caden Walton has 3 fouls. Zayden Williams has 2, and that's about it. There's nobody with 2 fouls for Heritage. Russellville leading it by a score of 27-19. Last night the Cyclones lost to Nixa 76-55. Heritage lost to Southmore 70-50. It's a classic, so you get 4 teams and everybody plays everybody. It's called the Orange Division. They actually have 3 divisions this year. They usually have 2. So there's a orange, royal blue, and then this year they've added the gray division. Tulsa Memorial, Springfield, Parkview, Bentonville, and Mountain Home is actually in the gray division. So Mountain Home has a game tonight. They actually already played. They played Tulsa Memorial. The teams that are warming up here is in the gray division: Springfield, Parkview, and which is out of Missouri, and Bentonville. It's the one division that doesn't have a Rogers team. The Cyclones tomorrow will start at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock as they'll take on Southmore SaberCats. They lost to Nixa in the game before this one. They have a couple tidbits about Southmore, and I'll tell you one of them is their best player is a guy named Tyson Pogai, and if you're a football fan, college football fan, you might remember that name. His dad played quarterback for Oklahoma State. He's Samoan American, dual threat quarterback, and he's actually an assistant football coach there at Southmore. And his son Tyson was a quarterback, but basketball is sort of his calling. He quit football totally to focus on basketball. And as he's beginning his junior year, he's already scored over 1,000 points, so he'll be the one to watch. He's not a ball hog, though. I mean, he'll pass the ball, too, so he's tough to guard. We'll get our chance to see him tomorrow afternoon. We do know the girls are playing in the West Memphis Invitational, and they do have a live stream. You go to YouTube and search up Blue Devil Network. I know their game hasn't started. I thought initially they were supposed to play at 7 or 7:30, and on their live stream they don't have a scoreboard, and so it's really difficult to figure out who's playing, what's going on. Of course, we're trying to manage our own stuff here, but over on Blue Devil Network, don't turn over there now. Wait on our game. We appreciate you joining us, though. We love the comments. I love to see people tuning in. Love the likes. That's all we ask you to do. Don't ask you to pay us anything. That's fine. Just click like and subscribe. We're Russellville. We ought to have something as nice, as better as the other schools. Is the way we feel about it. And I'll go ahead and apologize next week when we play Southside. I'm going to call them Rebels accidentally a few times. I just still cannot get in that mode, even though it's been years. They'll always be Rebels instead of Mavericks to me. And what's funny is I know quite a few Southside graduates, and they are fine with me making that mistake, even though it's not on purpose. Back in the 4A West. That's how old I am. And that was the toughest, best classification, especially in football. It's funny when I tell people that we were bigger than Conway at one time, and Bentonville was the smallest school in the conference. It's hard for people to believe. You know, I said Zayden Williams, his career high is 21. He got that against Greenwood last year. That is true. But I failed to mention that he actually had 21 against Greenbrier this year. So his career high, 21, he's done twice. Well, he's 2 points away from tying that. So speaking in faith that he's going to get there. 2 players scoring for Russellville, 19 for Zayden and 8 for Campbell. And the story has been the ice-cold shooting of Rogers Heritage. 3 of 14 in the first half, and some really bad misses. When you hit the backboard or you airball, backboard's worse. When you hit like the side of the backboard. Airball, you just misjudge, especially if you shoot it from the corner. You can be short or long on that, but goodness, you're hitting the top of the square. But we hope that they keep that cold shooting. It's been a struggle for Heritage lot basketball because schools so many, even before school of choice, you could always kind of put down whatever address and attend whatever school you want to up here in Northwest Arkansas. Their last winning season was back in 2017-18. They went 19-11, lost the second round of state. They've been really cold the last 5 years. They've made the state tournament once, but had losing seasons in all 5 years. Start the second half, the Cyclones with the basketball. A little jumper there is Caleb Campbell. He's in double figures, his second three of the game. Cyclones the third time they've led by 11. The scouting report we had on is they shoot a lot of threes. They're not as quick as Russellville, but they block out really well. So far, all three of that has been true. What's funny is I was told they shoot a lot of threes. I wasn't told they make a lot of threes. They'll miss one to start the third quarter here. Heinzman open in the corner. He'll pass on the three attacking there. And that goes off of a Heritage player. And you see the difference. Russellville not settling for the three. I misspoke too. I said 3 of 14. They're actually 3 of 19. Now they're 3 of 20. But not settling for the three. That's the difference. Nothing wrong with shooting a three if you're open, but you can always get that. And now you might be thinking just whatever you get because there's 14 seconds on the shot clock. Going inside there, Heinzman cutting there. Good pass there. The Cyclones have it. On the basket by Campbell, the assist by Talon Heinzman. And he caught everybody sleeping, cutting through the middle there on that. That's the thing, when you play the zone, you got to head on the swivel. He'll hit the three there. Chase Hare getting his first points of the game. Russellville answering with a three, and with that, Zayden Williams has a career high. He's got 22 points, so he can mark that off the books that he had 21 this year against Greenbrier and 21 against Greenwood last year. Every point from here on out, he sets a new career high. There's a drive there by Cox, and put that one up and in. Campbell passes on the three. He'll take the 14-footer. Getting his own rebound inside and drawing the foul. Good job, Caleb. Way to fight in there. That's on Chase Hare, his second. Now they have somebody with 2 fouls. Campbell unofficially his 7th rebound. 1 of 2 from the free throw line tonight. 16 of 19 on the season. Make that 17 of 20. It's easy to figure, 85% with that made basket. Makes them both. That's one thing he's really gotten good at and improved from last year's free throw shooting. And there's Marcellus Olsen intercepting the inbounds pass. Reach-in foul is going to be called on the War Eagles. And this will be on Jordan Smith. That's his first and team's second. And Tom Olsen going to use his 4th timeout. He has 1 left. After this one, it's going to be a 60-second timeout. They call it a 30. They're sitting down. Rogers is sitting down. They're letting him. That means it's a full timeout. 30 seconds, you got to stand up, stay on the floor.
Also sponsored by Sonic Coca-Cola, Benchmark Group, Best Sign Group, Anderson Electric, and Well-Built Construction. Thank you all for your support of the 20th annual Harvest Food Fest.
That's where the missing point was. We're kind of keeping our score. We're not piped into the scoreboard. I was looking, saying, why are we a point off? And they had given Caleb Campbell 2 points on his last 3, but they have corrected it now. They have the kind of scoreboard that Greenwood has, which is really hard to read. But they do have the clock above the goal, but the clock is not synced up. Only during the game is the clock synced up. It's not synced up at halftime or between games. It's weird. It's just it stays on 8 minutes. Pulling the trigger on the 3 is Walton, and he'll miss that one. Campbell missing, or getting the rebound. After the missing left-handed layup was what I was trying to say. 8 rebounds for Caleb. Walton missing the 3 there, and Zay Thomas going to get the rebound. They're going to say it was a push by Zay. He's going to be whistled for the foul. I have him for 2. Waiting here, make sure that's official. It is his second. They throw it away. Nobody touched it, so we should get it on the baseline. Even though it went out of bounds way back here, if nobody touches the basketball, and the official is saying, is it here? And they said, no, it was not touched. So Russellville will get it on the baseline. Campbell splitting the double team. Doesn't get the bounce there. Olsen, why is it? It's like it has nothing to do with height. That's why Corey Beck was such a great rebounder. It's about the want to, and Marcellus wants to get rebounds, and so that's why he does. Russellville being a little bit better with their drive. They're not settling for the quick 3. And it's working to their advantage there. Kissing it off the glass. Campbell on the drive. He's got 17. There's Coach Chenault, always adjusting. He comes from the school of Marty Barnes. He played for him at Arkansas Tech. He was actually finishing up his playing career. He was there when Olsen was there. I think they overlapped by a year or 2. This is the longest they've taken on offensive possession. Shot clock's at 7. Arroyo. There's news. They'll shoot the 3. Miss that one. They'll get the rebound. Shoot another one and miss that one. Might have hit the support beam, but we got it anyway. Go to the high post, tried to get it to Walton. It was knocked away, and there's Marcellus with the steal. 1 on 3, and he sees it very smartly, going to pull back. Williams misses the 3 from the top. On the drive, and missed that one. We'll get a foul on us. That'll be on Sellis, his second. Team second.
That foul charge to number 0, Marcellus Olsen. His second, team second. The line with 2 shots is Jay Golden.
Jay Golden, who's 0 of 1 from the free throw line tonight. He's got 8 points, all coming in the second quarter. Missed an and 1, hit a couple threes. After that, Heinzman and Boyce going to check in for the Cyclones now, replacing Olsen and Zay Thomas. Missed them both, but they get the rebound. Hit the 3. Golden hitting the 3 there, cutting the Cyclone lead to 12. There's a steal there by Heritage. 3-point shot there by Golden. He's hit 2 in a row. And they've cut it to 9, and Coach Chenault wants to take a timeout. Ice cold from the three-point line, but they've hit the last two, and they're starting to make it interesting. Jay Golden with back-to-back threes for Heritage. He has 14 points. Russellville once led by 15. It's down to 9. Coach Chenault using a timeout. He's got 3 left. Heritage with 1 left. We can kid about the cold shooting by Heritage, but they're 2 of 5 here in the third quarter. Russellville going back inside, and Caleb Campbell going to work. Didn't get the shot to fall. Pass in the corner. Double clutched on the 3. Can't believe he still shot it. He had a man underneath open. Boyce with the rebound. Williams, he'll miss the 3, a little short on that. Nice reverse layup there by Carter Cox. They've scored the last 8 points. Campbell, top of the key 3. There we go. Maybe because of Zayden scoring 22 points. But Caleb, a quiet 20, if that's possible, because he's been slow and steady. He's got 3 threes. He's scored in every quarter. There's a little Euro step. Tapped around, and Campbell now picking up his 9th rebound. Boyce. Walton, top of the key. 3-pointer for Caden Walton. His first one tonight. He's got 8 on the season, and Russellville building it back up by 13. That's how you answer right there. Never any panic. Got cut to 7, build it back up to 13. Shot clock is off. Cox out there. He's out there in no man's land. Going to go to work. 3-pointer air ball. He fell down. No call. Wasn't any contact. That's why there's no call. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Cyclones lead by 13 after 3. I have not heard anything on the girls. We believe they had a 7 or 7:30 start time on Blue Devil Network over in West Memphis. Hope it's viewable. Hope it's not as nice as ours. Always kind of that way. Here's a drive. We start the fourth quarter. And Gabe Arroyo not settling for a 3-point shot that time. His first 2-point of the game. He's got 5. But it's been the Campbell and Zayden Williams story. There's Albert's his brother, Christian Boyce, missing a three. Tell you more about that here in just a moment. Reversing around, not going to settle for the three here. Cox on the drive. And there's Campbell, who's got 10 rebounds unofficially. He's got a double-double with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Olsen in the corner, faking the three is Williams. Williams setting a career high with 22 points tonight. Caleb Campbell tying a career high with 20. He had 20 against Star City. Got to get him another bucket, too. It'd be kind of cool if they could both set career highs in the same game. Williams in the corner hitting the three. 25 points for Zayden Williams. He's got 13 made threes on the season coming into this game. He's got 7 tonight. He likes shooting in this arena tonight. I tell you, they are really good at shooting the three and falling down. That's the third time, and the refs aren't going for it. Olsen, nice pass there from Williams. Marcellus' first basket, and now a timeout. Called by Olsen, the War Eagles coach. And he's upset that they didn't call the foul. But I'm telling you, if you watch the shooter, they're just falling down with no contact. You can't do that. If anything, it's a flop. That's the third time they've done that with no contact. And he uses his last timeout. They're out of timeouts now. Russellville with 3 left. Zayden, the most made threes he's had in a game so far this year. Before this one, he had 3 against Star City. Campbell had 5 against Bologna. Against Greenbrier. And Zayden's got 7 of them tonight. And Campbell, he's had 3, but he's got 20 points. Williams with 25. Caden Walton with a 3, and Olsen with a 2. I don't know if y'all are listening to me or just watching the coach. That's more entertaining than anything I'm going to be saying. I wonder if they're going to stick to their guns or if they're going to give them the next close call. And the official just told him, says, I heard you. Go get back in your box. It's funny, if you fall down too, you can actually, the defender could trip over you, and that's actually what happened on the last one. See if they take the next 3 and fall down and see what happens. $16-point lead for Russellville. Four seconds on the shot clock. It did not hit the rim, even though they got the rim. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it hit the backboard. It did not hit the rim. They are 5 of 28 from the three-point line. Cyclones taking their time here. Boots it inside. Campbell, turnaround jumper from the left side will draw the foul. That'll be on Chase Hare, his third. He's getting talked to right there because he threw up his hands. He's going to get technical foul. A lot of officials. And now the coach, who's probably getting close to a technical. But I think the officials are letting him vent as much as possible. Caleb 3 of 4 from the line before this trip here. There we go. There's a career high for him. 21 points for Caleb. He had 20 last year against Lisa North. He had 20 this year against Star City. But 21 tonight. Largest lead of the game for Russellville. They trailed 3-0, took a 4-3 lead, never looked back, never even been tied. Came close, 11-10. Rogers had missed a free throw that would have tied it at 11. That was open there. It was just bad pass off his fingertips. Boy, fired that one inside, and Zaid double dribbled. Kind of handled that first pass. They're counting that as a dribble. I think he might have been surprised how quick it got to him, but Sellis has an arm. It's like, just don't feel comfortable yet. Would like to sub in a little bit because they got a quick turnaround playing at 1 o'clock tomorrow. But 17 points. If you shoot this many threes, it's easily erasable, and we'll get a foul called on who? Number 21? Yep, 21. That'll be on Caleb, and it's his first personal foul.
Team foul number 1 on the Cyclones.
Three-point there. And Caleb Campbell did a good job. You stay straight up. You won't get the cheap foul on the inside. They're going to go over you, do that just straight up. That's all you got to do. And Caleb with 11 rebounds to go with his 21 points. On the drive, no good, but the follow won't go either. Caleb battling. He's going to get the rebound here. Boy, what hustle there by Caleb Bedford Campbell. All conference golfer, and he's not a bad basketball player either. 15-footer on the turnaround. There we go, Caleb. He earned that shot anyway, as getting offensive rebound, diving on the floor to get the pass away, and Russellville up by 19. He thought about it. He already used his dribble. Three-point try missed there, and Walton trying to save it. It goes off his leg, out of bounds. Last time these two teams met was a couple years ago in this Rogers Classic. There's a three-pointer missed, and Caleb going to get the rebound. Russellville won that one, day 3 of the Rogers Classic. Reverse layup there by Williams. He's got 27. Zayden, after the rebound, will slow it down. Russellville won back in 22-23 in the Rogers Classic. They went 1-2 that year. Beat Heritage 58-40. Last time Heritage beat the Cyclones was actually the opening season game back in 2013. It was Coach Cody Mann's 3rd season, and Heritage won by 3. Zayden Williams with a great pass from Sellis. 29 for Zayden. And we're going to get an and one here. Carter Cox, who's in double figures. He's their second player with double figures. Walden has 4. Rhett Harrison, number 11, the sophomore, will check in for the Cyclones. Good shooter, fiery player on there. Used to watch you play some JV games. He get into it. He can drain it from the outside. Walton the rebound. In the corner, Zayden Williams, he is blistering hot. Might want to save some for tomorrow. 32 points for Williams. Missed the 3, Walton the rebound. Don't worry, we're still keeping tabs on it. What's the over-under? What's the over-under on number 3 shot by Heritage? Campbell will draw the foul there.
War Eagles fouls on number 30, Jace Hudson-Pillar. That's his first. To the line for Russell
Jace Hudson-Pillar, number 30, his first foul, second team foul. Got the first. Thomas back in for Russellville, replacing Walton. Got them both, 62-36, and some more substitutions for the Cyclones. Taven Smith, number 10, will check in. Jack Berry, number 13, is in the game. And Jordan Smith, the sophomore, will get it over to Damian Castro. Castro on the drive, count the basket, and he drew the foul. That foul will be on Rhett Harrison, his first, team's third.
The basket was good at the line with one shot is Damian Castro.
Rhett Harrison on the drive, tipped up. Well, they hit the outlet. It was partially blocked there. Thomas knocked out of bounds. It ended up going off his foot and rolling out of bounds. Joseph Karam in the game for the Cyclones, number 3. We were looking down. That's why I missed that shot there. I wanted to make sure I get the name called. I have him as a different number. I just need to see his face, making sure. Karam in the corner. Missed the 3. 44.3 seconds left. Cyclones going to end their losing streak. They had a 2-game losing streak? 3-game. I forgot about the game of Bologna. 3-game losing streak. That'll end tonight. They'll move to 4-5 on the season. The drive there, missed by Jordan Smith. Tried to kick it out to Harrison. It was intercepted. Castro's come off the bench with 5 points. Harrison, no look pass, goes out of bounds. 7.2 left. How about one more 3 for good measure? They hit one. Should have started that guy. They hit the 3. That does count, but the Cyclones win this one easily. 62-44. Give us a couple minutes. We're going to do some totaling. You ready for your post-game show?
Congratulations to the Russellville Cyclones. We are not done, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next will be Bentonville against Parkview here in the 20th annual Harvest Hoop Fest, presented by Hype Jackson Associates and sponsored by Sonic, Coca-Cola, Benchmark Group, Best Sign Group, Anderson Electric, Will Build Construction, Northwest Arkansas Community College.
Doing all right, how are you?
Finance,
Good to see you.
Prestige Management and Realty, Waco
Yeah.
Title, and the Embassy Suites. Thank you all for making happen the 20th annual Harvest Hoop Fest, presented by Hype Jackson Associates.
We had to stop talk to Kenneth Pennington. Kyle Pennington, the ex-Cyclone coach, is actually coaching Bentonville. They're warming up right now, so good to see him catch up. We're going to catch you up with some stats, though, of this ball game. We'll start off with the Heritage War Eagles. They were led by Jay Golden, who had 14 points, 11 points for Carter Cox. Those were the two guys in double figures for the War Eagles. 5 points each for Arroyo and Castro, 3 points for Chase Hare, 2 points for Scal Davenport. Well, what was the final total? Did you guess? They were 6 of 34, unofficially 6 of 34 from the three-point line. That was Heritage, and so we were very fortunate they didn't get hot from the outside. I'll say that. 6 of 11 from the free throw line. For the Cyclones, it was a two-man show with the career highs. Career high for Zayden Williams, 32 points. Career high for Caleb Campbell, 25 points. Great job by both of those guys. Caleb did add 13 rebounds to go along with that. 3 points for Caden Walton, 2 points for Marcellus Olson. The Cyclones win it here by a score of 62-44. The girls are on the other side of the state playing in the West Memphis tournament. We believe that's being streamed by the Blue Devil Network over on YouTube. We're going to try to catch that as soon as we wrap up here. We'll tell you that tomorrow the Cyclones will take on Southmore, Oklahoma, right here at 1 o'clock. So we'll be here on the air about 12:45 with a pregame show for you here on Cyclone Booth. Very happy to bring it to you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And until tomorrow, we'll tell you Cyclones win it here, 62-44. Saying to you good night, God bless, and thank you, Tony Basil.